Hey guys, so it definitely feels like we're getting a bit of a return of the creature feature, and I could not be more excited because I love creature features. Those ridiculous, over the top 90s creature features, I just adore them. We're getting Anaconda later this year. We had Dangerous Animals earlier this year, which was really good. It was an Australian shark movie, just like this one is, and they've both been filmed here as well. Though that movie was definitely better, and that was like a serial killer movie with sharks in it. The focus was definitely about the killer, and with this, it's a historical survival movie with sharks in it. It's a historical creature feature, which isn't something I say very often, but here we are. So honestly, I went into this really wanting to like it, but unfortunately, I just did not have a good time in this movie. The thing that kept coming to mind with all the over the top acting and the guts going everywhere was, if you've seen Tropic Thunder, the movie that they're filming within the movie, this felt like that movie, and not in a good way. So this movie is about a group of World War II soldiers who were fresh out of boot camp and get gunned down by some Japanese fighters and land in the ocean, where they're picked off one by one by a great white shark. So there is a few good things I'll say about this movie. There isn't a lot of them, but the practical effects I really appreciate in movies where they don't use CGI, and it paid off really well here with the shark, which was underutilized because, well, I'll go into that later, why I didn't like it. But the dialogue, I felt like it felt very much like how Australian soldiers in that time period would talk. Very bogany, very Australian. As an Australian, I was like, yeah, I picked up on all the little things they were saying, and I'm like, an Australian definitely wrote this script. And the actors, I didn't recognize any of them, and in a way that helped the movie become more immersive. In a way, I say, because it's really refreshing to see a movie where you don't know any of the actors, but then it isn't immersive because of all the things that went wrong with it. The acting, it just was so over the top. It just felt like these were a bunch of theatre kids playing dress up. There was no suspense or tension, which in a shark movie I really like when they build up to it. There was no sense of emotional connection with these characters. I didn't feel invested in them at all, so I didn't really care when they died. The movie actually managed to feel like it dragged, even though it went for less than an hour and a half. And it was obviously filmed in an ocean tank, like these sort of movies usually are, so I have no problem with that, but it felt very obvious that it was filmed in a tank just from the camera work. They rarely had, I don't know all the technical terms, I'm not pretending that I do, but the shots that show the ocean, from a wide angle, it was all close-ups, and it just felt very much like, yeah, these are a bunch of theatre kids just floating in an ocean tank. And this movie managed to have social commentary, which, don't get me wrong, I don't mind in a movie if it's done in a way where it fits organically. Deep Blue Sea did it well with their whole science playing God. How far is too far? Dangerous Animals, they talked about sharks and how we view them and the cause and effect. Like, if you keep baiting the water with blood again and again, then obviously sharks are going to come to associate that with feeding time. And that was really well done, and it made me think. But here they had this racism storyline, and it just felt really jarring and unnecessary. It didn't fit with the plot overall. Skip this. Save your money. Stream it at home if you really want to see it. If you want my advice, go watch Deep Blue Sea. Anything else, really, other than this movie. The Meg, that's another guilty pleasure. Why do I say guilty? I have no guilt. The second movie, okay, that was a movie I feel sort of guilty for watching. They really dropped the ball with that one. I'd really like to see a Meg movie because that looks so good, but one that went more serious and darker. Anyway, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get that in a franchise where Jason Statham punches a shark in the face. Yeah. Anyway, I'll give this a 4 out of 10. If you've seen it, let me know down below what you thought of it. Feel free to subscribe, like, all of that YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.